Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists, episode 737. My name is Kyle.
And my name is Zach.
And we're here to talk movies, movie lists, movie obsession for the next hour or so. Zach, you ready to take episode 737 to the max? 8?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's
All right.
That's been my plan all along.
Let's just make sure this one doesn't crash and burn.
Did that happen?
Yeah, that was the 737 Max 8s. Those are the ones that crashed a couple times because they had like the altitude assist in it that was
they would fight
faulty.
the pilot.
They'll fight the pilots and like would crash into the ocean. Yes.
And have they fixed those yet?
They supposedly have fixed that software. Because remember that the 737s were grounded for like months.
Yeah.
Which was the entire Southwest fleet. So yeah.
I feel like planes have had a hard time with the 1-2 punch. They had that, and now gas prices are really high.
Right.
So
you had that one where the what was supposed to be an exit door blew off mid-flight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember that happened like a year ago?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, it was another plane where it was configured where it didn't have an exit door there. So like a plug was put in. But the plug, this is another Boeing, the plug wasn't properly bolted down. So mid-flight, all of a sudden, like this side of the plane just flew off. And thankfully, there was no one sitting there. But the guy in the middle seat, like there's a video of it. There's a guy in the middle seat next to essentially a hole in the plane because like, well, I can't get out of my seat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll get sucked up if he tries.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm belted in, that would be exciting.
I think once you realize that you're not going to get sucked out, it would be exciting. But I'm sure the initial, why isn't there a plane next to me anymore, would be a little jarring at first.
You've totally unlocked a memory for me that I haven't remembered in a long, long time. Is I saw some movie like this when I was probably 10 about an airplane that gets a crack in it and depressurizes the plane and sucks out like a ton of people, and then they have to like land the plane while it has no roof or something.
Oh.
Yeah, that movie was really, really interesting.
I wonder, my 3 questions are, was it of the era or was it from like a previous, like the 70s? And was it made for
an
TV?
80s movie.
I wonder if it's like Airport or one of those.
Yes, it definitely something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it could have been Airport or I think there's a whole series of airport movies that are all like plane disasters.
Yeah, it might have been based on a true story, and it might have been a made-for-TV kind of movie.
There is definitely other instances in history where like parts of planes have blown off. Not so much that they'll cause the plane to crash, but like I think over like Scotland, wasn't there a famous one where a part of the cabin blew off and maybe a woman got sucked out and the plane landed with like a big chunk of the roof missing?
Right. That sounds very much like the plot of the movie I'm remembering. I'm
Okay.
Googling it right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Seeing if I can find it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know.
Okay. I will say one time I was on a plane that was landing and they did a go around and that was a little upsetting.
You've only had that happen once?
I've only had that happen once. It was not fun though. For people who don't know, a go around is when they abort the landing and they touch down and then like just hit the jets and take right back off. And it's kind of like a roller coaster.
Sure.
But you don't want to be in an airplane that feels like a roller coaster. Has that happened to you multiple times?
I feel like that's happened to me multiple times.
Okay.
Not in like a way that I thought we were crashing or anything.
I mean, I think the first time it happens, it's just you're just like, oh, what's good? This doesn't feel right. Why are we taking off again? We're on the ground. Yeah.
Okay, I did find the movie.
Okay.
It's from 1990. It's called Miracle Landing.
Okay.
It was also released as Panic in the Open Sky.
Ooh, that's a good title.
Yeah. It was a made-for-TV film.
Yeah. Okay.
Based on a real story, the Aloha Airlines Flight 243.
I mean, Aloha, Scotland. It's their islands.
Yes. And would you like the plot description? And see
I would
how
love
well,
the plot
if
description.
I remembered it correctly.
Okay, go for it.
A passenger a passenger jet loses a portion of its fuselage in flight over Hawaii and is forced to make an emergency landing.
Okay, that sounds like an IMDb plot right there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
a flight attendant is blown out.
Yes, which I think also happened in the real Aloha Airlines.
Yeah. I need to watch this. This had a big effect on me when I was a kid.
Yeah. Do you remember the made-for-TV movie Night of the Twisters?
No.
Okay. It was like ABC Family or one of these. I remember being hyped for a long time. And I was already kind of scared of weather as a kid. So, of course, I had to watch this one. And it's like about this storm of tornadoes that like rips through a small town. And it follows all these different family members as like they're trying to outrun and save themselves from tornadoes.
Nice.
It was scary.
One review of it says, I've seen worse.
of your Aloha Airlines one?
No, of the Night of the Twisters.
Oh, the Night of the Twisters. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the IMDb rating for your Miracle?
Mine is not rated, and yours is not rated.
Oh, I need to get on IMDb then and put a little rating in.
Oh, no. Sorry. That's the MPAA rating.
Oh yeah, no, I assumed they were. Yeah.
I don't have it rated. I've forgotten completely about this movie. You unlocked the memory of this movie.
Okay.
For me, but it has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Night of the Twisters 5.7 out of 10.
Yeah, that sounds like a 5.7 quality movie. Yeah.
My movie, only 731 people have rated it.
Okay.
On IMDb. Yours 2.7K.
Oh yeah, well, it was a pretty big TV event for ABC Family.
Speaking of TV events and the Odyssey, do you remember the big Odyssey TV event?
No. What is the big Odyssey TV event?
I feel like there was a made-for-TV Odyssey that came out when we were in like late middle school.
Is this okay? I was looking at pictures of the Cyclops for Galen, and I came across a picture of a Cyclops that was on the Muppets wiki. And then it turns out like there was a miniseries with Jim Henson creatures.
Yep.
Is that the same one we're talking about?
Yes, the Odyssey.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to watch it now just because I know that Jim Henson Workshop did the creatures.
Yeah. I remember watching this. I remember being excited about it. Christopher Lee's in it.
Okay.
Isabella Rossellini's in it. Bernadette Peters. Is Cersei, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely remember this being like very much hyped.
Okay. Well, I do not remember.
It was around the time that Merlin, remember Merlin was a made for TV miniseries?
I do remember Merlin, and that was Sam Neill, right?
Yes.
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 Yeah. That was a big deal.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited to watch Miracle Landing again.
Well, you brought up the Odyssey.
I did.
And we discussed that last week.
We did.
And you had a poor theater experience with the Odyssey.
I did.
Do you want to just give a quick reminder?
Yeah, I went and saw it on 70 millimeter, but something was wrong with the projector, and half of it was out of focus in like a very non-subtle way.
You're right.
And then I asked to speak to the projectionist, and he claimed that was the original director's intent, and that it was supposed to look like that. And so we argued about it for a little bit.
My favorite part of your story is when you like told one of the wait staff in the theater that something's wrong, and like this 19-year-old woman's like, he's a bad director.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
She used a more colorful word than bad, but yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You'll need to text me that. Put it in the chat.
I think you can guess what the colorful word would be.
Instead of bad? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a poop director.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. All right.
Yeah. So I ended up re-seeing it directly after we recorded that episode. So I saw it at a large IMAX screen here in Orlando.
Okay.
Right after we recorded, me kind of giving a pretty bad review. I had many criticisms of the film the first time I watched it.
Yeah, you're pretty critical of it.
And it is so funny how much your experience watching a film can color your opinion of a film.
Sure.
It almost invalidates every movie opinion I've ever had, realizing how much your experience affects it.
Yeah.
Because I watched it the second time and I loved it. And so many of my criticisms of the film were gone. Like I didn't feel them anymore.
I mean, so what's interesting is you couldn't enjoy the movie because it was blurry, right? So you're
So
already
what I thought is I thought I was experiencing the movie despite the fact that it was blurry,
sure. Okay.
but really what was happening was I was coloring the movie because it was blurry
Hmm.
without realizing it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Much to my shame.
So like what are I know you had so I can't remember all your opinions from the review, but like what are some things from your first time that you didn't like the second time around you're like, "Oh wow, this is actually great."
I mean, I didn't like Matt Damon's performance that much.
Sure.
Um,
You felt
I
it was a
thought
little unfocused.
yeah, yeah. I thought the editing was too snappy.
Okay.
Um, I what else did I think? Um, it's hard to remember now, but I just had a number of significant criticisms of it that
Right.
like more way the script was a lot tighter than I realized the first time.
Sure. Yeah.
They introduced things at the beginning that I didn't realize they introduced. They explained things better than I thought. Things that bothered me the first time that came up so much, like Zeus's Law, they mentioned like a billion times,
Right, yeah.
bothered me a lot less the second time. It didn't feel nearly as out of place. Um, the way that they shot their bow and arrows
That really bothered you. I remember that.
bothered me less the second time. I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay, no, this looks better to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder because you were watching it not in focus the first time and it was, coloring your experience, if you because you can't focus on the visuals, where you just kind of focus on the, well, I'm going to focus on everything else. Like where your other senses heightens. You're like, well, I can't see the movie, but I can hear it. And
It's possible. It's possible.
okay.
It really makes you wonder how people watched movies hundreds of years ago, before glasses were invented.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine a poor soul watching the great train or the train arriving at the station out of focus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be hard. So anyway, so yeah, so I'm glad that I watched it a second time. Much better experience.
good, good. I saw it in IMAX also, and one of my coworkers mentioned to me, he's like, "Oh, hey, there's a 70 millimeter theater, in Milwaukee, about an hour away. Like maybe in August, we should all make a little pilgrimage out there and go see Odyssey in 70 millimeter." I'm like, okay, sure. So
That'd be awesome.
I'm looking for, yeah, we haven't made official plans yet, but hopefully sometime next couple of weeks because like they're all sold out, for a couple of weeks anyway.
Okay.
So we might have to make some future plans. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie in 70 millimeter before.
Yeah, I think
So
you'll enjoy it.
yeah, it'd be cool.
The dream is to see Lawrence of Arabia in 70 millimeter.
Yeah, that's supposed to be. And wasn't it also shot in some crazy wide aspect ratio too? Like I don't even like almost like a wraparound
Like a
or
Panavision type
yeah,
of thing.
Panavision kind of thing or Cinescope
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
What was the format that had literally 3 cameras filming and they would show it on 3 screens next to each other?
That's
Was
what
that
I'm.
CinemaScope?
That might be CinemaScope. Yeah. Um, I have seen like a CinemaScope documentary. I think Disney had a theater one time. I remember
Yeah.
you kind of walked in and you didn't really sit down. You sort of walked in and it was this wraparound of
Yeah.
like at Lions in the Savannah or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Lawrence of Arabia was shot on 65 millimeter film using Super Panavision 70.
Super Panavision. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, 2001 Space Odyssey 70 millimeter. That's the personal dream right there. But
yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia would be great.
What level of wealth would you need to attain in order to build your own private 70 millimeter IMAX screen on your compound?
On my compound, I would have to be. I mean, obviously a millionaire, but I'm thinking like halfway to a billion.
So you'd have to be a half billionaire in order to do that.
Well, it's. I guess it's also how to prioritize my money. I could probably be a quarter B in air and be like, well, I don't need the jet. I don't need the boat. So
Sure. Here's
yeah.
my plan.
Sure, go for
I
it.
would build it, but with access for the public. Okay. And all it has to do is break even. I don't need to make a profit from it. I can just, I have it available for me for any private screening I want, but it can pay for itself by being available to the public at as a nonprofit.
Would you sell snacks?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so then that would be part of your nonprofitness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they have to be with other people. I guess you can do a private showing for yourself.
Right. Anytime I want, I just close it for a showing and watch it. Yeah.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay.
And I think because there's only like what 20 or 40 of these in the country.
Like less than 40 of that, yeah.
Yeah. So as long as you build one, people will come.
So I've heard if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, would you build it because Orlando has one already, right? Or how many do you have in Orlando?
No, the closest is Fort Lauderdale. We have a 70 millimeter and we have a big IMAX. We do not have a 70 millimeter IMAX.
Oh, yeah, 70 millimeter IMAX. I think there's like 30 in the whole country.
Yeah, it's very low.
Yep. Okay. How much would you have to make then? What would your wealth be? Would you have to be a half B?
I think we could do this now because the goal is break even, so it doesn't cost you a thing.
Well, you need the capital up front though. Like, yeah, eventually the goal is to break even, but you have to like get the building, get the equipment.
I started this podcast in the hopes of gaining investors for the project. So
okay, all right,
been the long game.
A long game, yep. And we're definitely, I know Warner Brothers Discovery just signed on to the podcast, so
yep,
we might be part of that whole Paramount acquisition. So we'll see.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the folks at home what the plan is for this episode?
So Zach and I kind of looked at new movies coming out, and nothing really jumped off the page, off the screen. I think Odyssey is sort of taken up a lot of air within the theaters right now. We had a good episode on that, so we thought we'd go do kind of this sort of like a classic Cinereelists, where we looked at each other's watch lists and we chose movies for each other to watch that we thought the other person would like and that we also enjoy and are worth discussing. So yeah, we got a couple movies that each other have seen but the other hasn't that we discussed today, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, first, let's talk about what movies we're recommending for each other and why, and maybe even which ones we skipped.
Sure. Yes. Let me pull up your watch list again because I kind of can probably get a little bit of memory jogging here.
Oh, for sure. I'll start with yours.
Yes, please,
if that's helpful. Basically, what I did is I took your watch list, which has 314 films.
Mm-hmm.
I sorted it by my ratings, so I basically could quickly see the ones that I've seen that you have on your watch list. And a bunch of things stood out for me. One is movies that are on your watch list, which I think that you would not enjoy. And so I didn't want to pick those because I don't want to give you a movie that you will not enjoy. I don't know why they're on your watch list. But for instance, Moulin Rouge is on your watch list.
I know why it's on my watch list, but again, go for it.
And I know you hate this movie, I think.
I do.
I love this movie.
Yes, I think both you and James.
Right. It's a great movie. Yeah. So I didn't want to pick that for you because I think you would see that more as a chore than as a joy. Yeah, exactly. There's other movies like that are on the list, like Burning, obviously would be that. I can't recommend a movie like Showa to you because you wouldn't have time to watch it in time. It's a 10-hour film.
Right. Yeah.
Others are like, I think you should watch, and if you went into them with an open mind, you would enjoy. But because you would not go in them with an open mind, you would not enjoy. So, for instance, Weekend, which is a Jean-Luc Godard film, you'd be snarky the whole time because you don't like Jean-Luc Godard movies. And
right. Well, but I think you told me don't have an opinion on Jean-Luc Godard until you see Weekend.
That's certainly true. How has that panned out so far?
Well, you said that to me like a couple months ago. So
yeah, for sure. I'm being jokey. I think you watched the film. Now you just added this. I would have had you watch The Return had it been on your watch list. You just added it.
I added it like yesterday, I believe. Yes.
That would be a great one because I think The Return is an awesome film covering the same topic as The Odyssey. So and then a couple films I was surprised on your list. Well, you'd already seen them. And so these were rewatch opportunities. I didn't want to pick those.
Right.
So the 3 movies I believe that I picked for you were The Dirties, which is a Mike Johnson film.
Mm-hmm.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, which is also
Mike
Matt
Johnson.
Johnson. Is it Matt Johnson?
Matt Johnson.
Matt
Yep.
Johnson film.
Yep.
And then what was the 3rd movie I recommended for you?
Oh, I don't remember. As I look back,
It
Oh.
was
skipped. It was
Oh.
Nirvana. Yeah, because you gave me 2 Matt Johnsons.
Rain of Fire.
Oh, yes, the Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Yep, that one. Yep. And I played a little game with myself when we did this, where I was like, I'm going to try and guess which movies Zach's going to recommend to me.
Okay.
And I will say The Dirties was on my my list of like, I bet you Zach's going to recommend that one to me.
And why'd you think?
Just because I think every time Matt Johnson comes up on the podcast, you're like, you haven't seen The Dirties? So, like, I would say the number one movie you always are surprised I haven't seen is Burning. That's like the one.
I got Burning for my birthday, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you very much. Thank you.
You got the movie Burning for your birthday. You don't have to have like a
Yes.
burning sensation on your
No.
birthday. Okay, good.
No, I got
Have you seen a doctor?
Film,
Okay.
film Burning. Yeah.
In what format?
Blu-ray.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can come to Wisconsin and bring it with you.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I will if you fly out here and bring your movie, maybe we'll watch it together.
But my overall impression of your watch list is it is incredibly soiled by movies you've already seen.
I wouldn't say soiled.
I suggested like 4 movies and you're like, oh, seen it. Sunshine, seen it. Brick, seen it. I'm assuming you've seen Song of the Sea.
Yes.
I'm just looking through these and like, okay, he's seen it. Okay.
Okay, of the 314, 16 of them I have seen already. So I want to say incredibly soiled.
Okay. 5%.
But that's still 95% of my list I've never seen before.
Okay. Fantastic. What about my list?
Yeah, so I kind of did the same thing. I sorted your list by movies that I liked.
Yeah, your watch list was 315 or so. Mine is 1,415.
Right. And just for kicks, let me see. I have seen how many of your watch list? I have seen 81 of your 1,415.
Nice.
So barely a dent.
I've seen 4
Of my watch list?
of my watch list.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, only 4 of your movies are rewatches on your watch list.
Right.
I gotcha.
How do I know how many of yours I've seen?
Go to my watch list.
Yep.
And then the little eyeball.
Yeah.
Click on show watched films.
Oh. Okay. One moment, please.
Yep.
Show watched films. Show films you own. Where's show watched films?
It's like
I see it.
It's right towards the top.
I've seen 98 of your 314.
Okay, so you've seen a third.
Yeah.
Of my list, and I've seen, I don't even know what 8, less than 10%, if that. No, less than 1% of yours. It's a very low number. So, yeah. But yeah, I did the same thing. I kind of sorted it by how highly I rated them, and there definitely were some movies on there where I was like, you have West Side Story, the new Steven Spielberg one on there, which I like, but I'm like, well, there's a lot to talk about on Steven Spielberg West Side Story. It's worth watching, but is it one where we can discuss a ton about it? I'm not sure. You have on there The Invisible Guest, which I almost recommended to you, but I think one time I explained to you the concept, and you're kind of like, that sounds stupid. So I didn't want to. I was afraid you were going to watch it and be like, ugh, what a dumb movie. So. And then there's some others on there. Like, speaking of Godard, you have not seen Alphaville, which I still find amazing.
I would have gladly watched that if you recommended it.
I really considered it. I just couldn't remember enough about it. I remember like
it.
I like it a lot. Yes, I remember like, oh, this is actually one that I enjoyed of Godard. So that could have been an interesting one, maybe for a future one of these. And I also recommended something that you have seen before, like Paprika you had seen before, correct?
Yep.
Thief you had seen before also.
Yeah, I just watched that.
Right. Another one which I considered recommending to you, but I thought it would be too much of an easy home run was Capernaum.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think you should watch it.
Okay.
But I kind of figured like if I said this, you'd be like, yeah, Zach's gonna see this movie and give it 5 stars and just love it. So
What, you didn't want that?
sometimes I wanna maybe push a little bit, be like, what's something that might be outside of Zach's comfort zone?
Okay. So
Yeah.
you think I would love this film?
I think you would love Capernaum. I think
Well,
it
I gotta
has
watch it.
all the elements of what you would find to be like a movie that would be 5 stars for you. And it's a great movie. So
Okay.
if
I
you
do
don't love
really
it,
love kids pulling each other on skateboards.
oh, the okay, there are 2 kid actors in this. One's a baby. I don't even call a baby a kid actor. This baby is one of the best actors I've ever seen from a kid. Obviously, they're not acting. It's just great directing to capture this baby, but there's an amazing baby in Capernaum.
Sweet. I'm excited.
So we did eventually land on 3 for each other, correct?
Yes.
Yes. The 3 I gave to you were Wolf Walkers, which is an animated film.
Yep.
Um,
Which I know you'd love.
I love it. Yep.
Yep.
The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, which is a Richard Burton Cold War spy thriller. And then Hard Boiled, which is a John Woo, Chow Yun Fat, just Hong Kong action movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I went with The Spy Who Came In From the Cold.
That's right. Yes.
And it's because I was aware of the other 2. This one I wasn't aware of. And so I
Really?
wanted to go in something that I had no expectations of, no ideas about.
So you just went in blind to this completely.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what'd you go with?
You gave me The Dirties, Rain of Fire, and Nirvana the band, the movie. Nirvana the band, the show, the movie. And I went with Nirvana the band, the show, the movie.
Nice.
I'm a little biased against Matt Johnson as an actor, but I was like, you know what? I've heard great things about this movie. Another podcast I listened to, it's one of the guys, like #1 movie of the year so far. Halfway
Oh,
through.
nice.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, and I had heard not a lot about the movie. I heard enough about the movie that it was just creative and different. I'm like, well, I gotta try this out. So
He's not a good actor. I don't think anyone's thinking that.
it's not that I don't like his acting. I don't like the characters he often plays. He often plays kind of these boorish guys.
Sure.
Yeah, without getting into it, it works in Nirvana, the show, the band, the movie. But like he plays that same guy in Blackberry, which I was not my favorite. I liked Blackberry. I didn't like his performance. And then also Operation Avalanche about the moon landing.
Yeah.
Matt Johnson kind of plays the same guy in every movie.
It's kind of all he can do.
Yeah.
And yeah. And probably what he enjoys doing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I would say as a director and as a filmmaker,
I think that's where he really shines as far
Yes.
as creative and like innovative. Yeah.
correct. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Cool. Well, which movie do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about yours since you announced
Okay.
it first. Yep.
Great. And then what are we going to do about spoilers?
I think The Spy Who Came In From the Cold is a 70-year-old spy movie. I think it's okay to kind of get into it. I know Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I'm just gonna call it Nirvana the movie from now on, if that's fine. Or Nirvana ellipses the movie. So, for that one, maybe we could do a light spoiler section within the talk. I know you and James discussed it already.
Yeah, for sure.
And I definitely want to go back now and listen to you guys talk about it now that I've seen it. But I think there's enough to talk about in that movie where we kind of want to get in a little bit into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Now, why did you recommend this film?
So I personally really like low key spy thrillers. Right. I like a Mission Impossible. I like a James Bond. An action spy movie is great. But when you have a spy movie that's about actual spycraft, because spycraft is not about guns and shooting and running. Spycraft is about information, and more so like, what do I know that my enemy knows that I know that they, like spycraft is with so many levels.
Yeah.
And this movie, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, is that kind of spycraft where there are so many levels to what's happening to the story. that I just found it very engaging, and it these kind of stories just kind of keep me wrapped the whole time. Like same for like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That's another one where it's all
Same
about.
writer.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Because yeah, that's right. George Smiley is a minor character in The Spy Who Came from the Cold.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah. So there we go. That's probably why I like this one so much. So yeah, I just like deep, dense spy thrillers. And I thought
Totally.
I think you would. I know you enjoy kind of similar movies, and I thought this is something that you could really sink your teeth into and get a lot of enjoyment out of.
Yeah, and this movie is that it's kind of, reading about it afterwards kind of billed as the anti-Bond film
Yeah.
because it came out in the middle of like Bond mania.
It was like 64 this movie came
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, 65. And then it's black and white
Uh-huh.
and pretty austere, and you have to pay attention to the talking, right? There's no action. I mean, very little action set pieces in this film at all, right? It's set in Berlin, Germany.
Mhm.
And there's a spy who's kind of he's frustrated and jaded a little bit. He's been doing this for a while, seen a lot of frustrations.
He's like
Um,
sneaking people across the checkpoint, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in charge of all of the double agents that like are in East Berlin under, false premises, and then he sneaks them back over to the West Berlin.
Yep.
That kind of thing. He's a British Secret Service agent.
MI6, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And his last agent, just got killed trying to make a border crossing across the Berlin Wall. And anyways, his government asked him to pretend to like lose it, to pretend to have like a midlife crisis or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
In order to lure the other side to try to recruit him to be a double agent. So that then as a double agent, he can like do things for the British, while they think that he's working for them.
Right. Yeah.
And it's such a clever premise, right? Like, make him like ripe fruit for picking, kind of a thing by the other side. And it is this like game of chess that not so much he's playing, but the powers that be on both sides are playing, and he is one of the pawns.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's not the only pawn in the movie. There's multiple pieces and pawns in play and that kind of thing. And the movie is very much about, how far will these governments go in order to accomplish what they want to accomplish, and who will they use, burn, like ruin in order to do that, and what's appropriate, so like so with the movie, like he is definitely like a tool that's being used by the government to accomplish something that he's not even aware of.
Yeah.
And the question is like, is that appropriate or inappropriate? It's kind of like in the Odyssey, right? With Sinon, who is not told who's in the Trojan horse.
He's not told that. Yeah, not told anything
Yeah,
about it. It's just, like Sinon thinks this is a gift. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know that anyone's in it, right? And the idea being, if he doesn't know, we can't tell them.
Right.
And so, but is that okay that he lied to Sinon? Sinon, died not knowing why, and all those kind of things. Those same kind of ideas are explored in this movie, where he's a pawn in a greater game, and to what end? And yeah, I think it's very interesting how it plays out. I found that this movie to be very gripping, I would say. Like I wanted to know what would happen, what was happening, what's really going on. There's several reveals that happen in the film that like slowly unfold the plot, and you really don't get the full story until the last like 10 minutes. And then yet there's still like another card to play right at the end.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I found it really, really effective.
Yeah, I really like how the Richard Burton character, as he gets kind of deeper into the Soviet side, and he doesn't know the game, he's starting to wonder, am I a double agent? Do they know I'm a double agent? Am I a triple agent? Like he starts to question almost his, maybe not his sanity, but sort of his role in the whole thing. Like he doesn't even know, how do I fit into this? What role am I playing? Am I safe through all this? Am I being offered up as a prize to the Soviets? He is full of doubt throughout the entire movie. Because he doesn't know the bigger game that's afoot here.
Yeah. It gets really complicated really fast.
Yes. Yeah.
And it makes you think like, wow, to be in this position would be so hard because you don't have anyone you can like bounce things off of. Where you can like be like, hey, does this seem right? Like we're all good. We're still sticking with the plan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you don't have anyone you can discuss that with. And yeah, it's super interesting. And I did like the kind of reveal at the end.
Yeah, it's so you don't need to reveal the very end. But remind me, is there a woman that he kind of uses as a confidant?
So he's in love with a woman.
Yes. Okay.
Like legit. They're in love
Yeah.
with each other.
Okay. But
And
I feel like she plays a big role towards the end of the movie too. If I remember
for
correctly.
sure. There's like a
Yeah.
trial, and she's brought in basically to discredit him
Yes.
unknowingly. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, this is another kind of movie where there's not a lot of guns in it, but when a gun is fired, it's consequential.
It is consequential. However, I've never seen worse reactions to being shot by a gun than in this film.
Are you talking about the climbing the ladder
Yeah.
and then falling off the ladder?
Yeah.
It's a bit, yeah. I mean, it's a bit theatrical.
What it's I mean, it's like shot by a gun, pause like a deer in the headlights for 10 seconds, and then like meander a little bit. Like it's just it's unbelievable.
It doesn't have like the shot and then spun around and hands in the snow. I don't remember if that happens or not. So yeah.
But I thought the movie's really good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a nice, dense thriller you can really sink your teeth into.
For sure. And I do like cat and mouse games. I like thoughtful spy movies that like, have secrets to tell. And and it really felt like this is probably more like actual spycraft than like Mission Impossible.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously in spycraft, there is gadgets and gizmos, and there is a technological innovation side of it. But like I said, I think so much of spycraft is just what do you know and what do we know that you know. And
For the most part, it's just relationships and figuring out who you can turn.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So good. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was called The Spy Who Came In From the Cold.
That's right.
I was discussing this with my wife earlier before I watched it, and we were trying to figure out what the plot of this movie would be. And one of us guessed that it was going to be someone who like was cold outside and then came inside and was warm. And then another one of us guessed that it might have to do with the Cold War.
Right.
And one of us was more right than the other.
One of those, yes,
Yeah.
yes, that person was more correct.
Yeah.
I do believe the cold refers to when you're in the field, when you're no longer like talking to control. So I think I think if someone says, oh, they're in the cold, that means they're a double agent. They're out there, they're doing their thing. We're not tethered to them whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good, solid thriller, and it's not that long either, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Did your wife watch it with you?
No.
Okay.
I think she would have been bored to tears. Yeah. So you want to talk about your movie now?
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Would it be a spoiler to say the main reason why I thought you would get a kick out of this movie?
I don't know what the main reason is, so I'm gonna say no.
It shared some plot elements with a franchise that I know you're a fan of.
I think it is fair. I think that much information is fair. Because we're gonna do like a little spoilery section at the end, right?
Yeah.
I think it's fair to share that aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of this movie that I thought is super interesting and ripe to talk about. But a big reason why I wanted you to see it is because it pays heavy homage to Back to the Future.
Oh, very heavy.
Very heavy homage.
And very strong use of fair use in this movie also.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. It's someone that had a lawyer look over every second of this film. And I know you love the Back to the Future movies.
I do. They're fun. Yep.
Yeah. So, but What did you know about this film, or just basically Matt Johnson's process going into this?
So I knew very little about this film. I know we have a Discord channel, and I know that you and James have discussed Nirvana, the band, the show before.
Right.
I think both of you
Which
guys
you've
have
never
watched it.
seen, right?
I've never seen it before. Yeah,
Okay.
I have very little context. Just those two Matt Johnson movies I mentioned earlier in the podcast. Um, so I kind of knew it was like a parody group. Obviously, if you're called Nirvana the band, you're making fun of something. The joke is, look, we're called Nirvana, one of the most famous bands in the world. So, um,
The band is actually nothing like Nirvana, but
uh,
yeah.
well, I mean, I think what's funny is I don't know what their band is like. Like you never actually see them perform. You kind of see like so it's Matt Johnson and Jay McCarroll. They're playing versions of themselves, is my understanding. Um, and you kind of see like Jay McCarroll's diddling on the piano, and Matt Johnson's like, and then the smoke comes out, and then the lights happen, and people of Pennsylvania, welcome to. But nothing ever actually happens like musical wise. I don't even know what kind of music they play. They
Right.
seem to be, and maybe the joke is they're more about the theatrics than they are the actual music. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
this,
never actually really play anything. The whole premise of the TV show,
yeah,
Nirvana the band, the show, is they want to break into that one venue and play.
the Rivoli,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
Rivoli. So every episode is their scheme to get into the Rivoli.
okay, yeah. So this movie is kind of it's they have this scheme to break into the Rivoli. But then time travel comes into effect in this movie, and they have to sort of deal with that. Now
Yeah.
that they've brought kind of back to the future the situation.
They accidentally go back like what, 12 years or something like that?
Yeah, to 2008.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like end up interacting with their former selves and all that
Right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. Man, I want to skip the spoilers just so we can talk about how they made this movie, because I think so. For me, as I started watching this movie, I really didn't know anything what to expect it from whatsoever. And it starts with them like in their apartment, they're kind of doing their thing. And eventually they go on the streets, right, to enact this scheme. And I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, this is kind of shot guerrilla style. Like I think it's kind of like almost like watching what's that Eric Andre movie, Bad Trip?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like watching Bad Trip, where you're like, oh, these people are just out in Toronto interacting with the public. The public has no idea they're being filmed right now, right?
Yes.
And then I'll just say they get to the CN Tower. And then I just started questioning everything. I'm like, well, is this staged? Is this real? Like, and at that point, once I got to the CN Tower, I was totally engaged, just because I didn't know like how they were making this movie. I'm watching this, and like, well, this has to be staged. Like, there's no way that this is guerrilla shot right now. And we can kind of talk more about it after that. Um, then there's the time travel elements, and they have this interaction with. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to give it away, because I think if you haven't seen the movie yet, there's so much to explore about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what I loved about this movie is just how creative it was. And this feels like a movie where they had like a loose framework of what they want to do. And like I think they had some ideas like this has to be a set piece, and other things are like, oh, good, we got this reaction from this person, let's run with it. And just like how this movie is crafted together into a coherent narrative that's pretty much just shot like verite on the street. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just like, well, how did they do this? Like, this seems impossible, or there's no way this person is reacting this way. That must be like every so often I'm like, well, that has to be a plant. There's no way that person is not in on it. And I don't think that's the case in any situation here.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much it was all unstaged.
Yeah, which is I mean, it's the close in craftsmanship and creativity, the closest movie I can connect this to is like Exit Through the Gift Shop,
Okay.
right? Where that's just another movie where you're watching it and you're kind of like, well, how is this? How does this exist? Like, how is this how are they making this movie? Like, this movie
Sure.
just seems so like it feels so organic, but also like, well, this can't actually be happening. This
Yeah.
has to be staged.
Well, the original plan for the movie was it was going to be a road trip movie,
Yeah. Okay.
like across the US. And something happened at the CN Tower, and they basically had to throw out the entire movie because they were not expecting that to happen at the CN Tower.
And they're like, well, we had to run with this now, right? Because
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I and this is why I think we should get into a little bit of spoilers here, just like talk about.
How about you letterbox it, and then let's get into spoilers.
Okay, and also we need your letterbox for your movie also.
Mine's 4 stars,
and mine is also 4 stars.
Okay,
so I think both of us gave like solid, not new favorites here.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Solid recommendations. That's good
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so with
so
Nirvana,
we're saying spoiler
show,
section now, right?
Yeah,
spoiler section for Nirvana, the show, the band, the movie. Yeah.
Basically, they snuck parachutes into the CN Tower, right?
Like past security.
Past security, and it's very obvious humps underneath a coat and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they had they
had pliers on them.
Tool, snippers or whatever.
Yeah.
To cut things or whatever.
Yeah.
And they filmed this with secret cameras, assuming that security would not let them in.
Exactly. Thinking like this is not going to happen.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, completely on stage, security did let them in with the parachutes and with the clippers. And so then they're like, okay, let's keep going with this plot line.
Right. So this is the moment where I was questioning this movie because I'm like, well, no way security's like, yeah, go ahead. Because they don't say anything about the humps in their back. And with the pliers, he's like, oh yeah, no, I need these to tear up my pants. Like you could tell Matt Johnson was like, I can't believe they're asking me about this. So he made the dumbest excuse. And the guy's like calls his boss, and the boss is like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, okay, you're free to go. Yeah. And like, so
that is 100% real interaction.
Yeah. And that's why
none
I thought
of it was staged. There was no permit, none of it.
Yeah. And that's the moment I'm like, what is this movie? So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they get on the CN Tower, and they're doing like one of these like skywalks, where you're roped in, and they have a GoPro on the guide.
The guide, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, is a guide in on it?
No, and the guide is not in on it. Yeah.
How did they get a GoPro on the guide?
I think the guide normally has a GoPro and then sells the footage to people after the tour is over. And so they bought the footage from the guide.
And they just kind of acted to the guide?
No, actually. So I don't know exactly because they've hinted at it or whatever. And then James knows the real story. But I think what it was is they were able to set up the guy's GoPro at some point with so it automatically was Wi-Fiing the footage to them or something like that. The guy was not in on it at all.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. But they were getting live footage from the GoPro or something so that when things went south, they had that footage.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a shot of them on the CN Tower and they clip their ropes with the cutters. And I'm just like, well, is that eventually they jump off the CN Tower.
Right. Which that had to be them jumping off.
That'd be an effect, right? That was composite
So I think what I've heard them describe is there's probably 10 seconds of this film that's CG.
Yeah, because later in the movie they're on top of the CN Tower, hooking up wires, and I think that was that they built a top and they had a green screen.
Yeah, there's 2 shots with them on top by themselves.
Yes,
one of them is a set, where they it looks like the CN Tower.
Sure, yeah.
But another time is them actually they did go up again on the actual CN Tower
a second time.
Yeah, a second time. But yeah, and they would have these times where they would film fake news programs.
Yes.
But then play them on public TVs and real people would be watching it thinking it's real.
In bars, right? Exactly. Yeah.
There's lots of great stuff like that.
It is. And I mean, I did also read that they went to Drake's house because a shooting had happened at Drake's house. Mm-hmm. And then they filmed the press conference and then acted in the background. You're right. And to make that be it was part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's one of these movies where hopefully if you're listening now, you have already seen the movie. But the less you know about this, it's just the craziness that you're watching. You're how is this being made right now? Yeah.
It's really impressive all the serendipity that went into making it even exist.
Yes.
And their TV show is the same way. There's one really great episode where they steal something from a museum. Mm-hmm. And then are running out of the museum being chased by the guards. And what they had done is they had placed the exhibit in the museum so that they could steal their own exhibit.
Oh,
Right. But you don't know any of that, right? In
Yeah.
the movie, they're just like looking at an exhibit, they break the glass and run, and they're being chased by actual guards. But the thing is, they haven't done anything wrong because they haven't stolen anything from the museum.
Right. Oh, go. So they put something there. That's
So it's just it's so creative how they were able to pull off these things, even if you don't like what you see on screen is like looks so unbelievable, and you're like,
Right.
this has to be staged, and you find out it is not staged in the way that like you're thinking. It was planned, but like no one around them has any idea what's happening.
Right. And just I was thinking about them at the CN Tower, and they show up with pliers and like these big humps on their backs, and like they could have so easily been arrested and like pinned to the ground, because it obviously is a very heightened security atmosphere that they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, just like the amount of risk they're willing to take, also.
They've said before that the Canadian like personality really helps a lot.
I'm
like
sure, yeah.
being in Canada doing these things, people it just are a little bit more good natured. Where this wouldn't fly in like a New York City.
Oh no, yeah, I was thinking, you go to the Empire State Building with pliers and a big old hump in your back, and you're being disappeared into a room very quickly. So,
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so.
You're right.
And then I want to say about the Back to the Future-ness of it all.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that at all. Yeah.
It definitely apes Back to the Future in a way. It's like obviously it's a loving, like there's a lot of film homages in this. Like the guy obviously loves movies.
Oh yeah, they build a flux capacitor. Like the whole it's in an RV, but everything looks the same. The music cues are the same. Yeah, like the detailing of how the time machine looks is right down to the movie itself. Yeah.
I thought it was very impressive how much they were able to capture this exact same excitement of Back to the Future. Like it transfers very well.
It does. And when they go back to 2008, they go to their apartment, and they very cleverly are like, oh wait, we need to film this with a camera from 2008 so we don't stand out, right?
Yeah.
And then they interact with their younger selves, and it's clearly them from 2008.
Yeah.
And like I'm watching this, and at first I'm thinking like, are these guys so well planned out where in 2008 they're like, you know what, we're gonna make a movie someday in the future where we come back in time, so let's film scenes of us now. Like, did they who did Boyhood? What's that movie? Richard.
Sure. Yeah.
Linklater.
Yeah.
Did they like Richard Linklater this? So like, okay, we're gonna film these scenes now, and then we'll film the coverage of us in the future when we get a chance. And I guess, and my impression is because they used to have a web series even before this, they just had a ton of like just unused footage of them from 2008 that they kind of just made into like a scene where they would then act against themselves.
Yeah, this wasn't a plan from the beginning. This was the editors looking through hours of footage and realizing like, hey, we could probably make a little scene here.
Right, of like them
just
talking to each
footage,
other. Yeah, which is, again, another moment where like, this is insane that these guys are acting with themselves from 17 years ago.
Right. And they like perfectly recreate the same apartment.
Yes.
So that like it's very seamless. It's impressive.
Yeah, it really, really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, this movie primarily takes place on July 11th.
How do you feel about that?
I don't think for people, that's my birthday. I don't think a lot of movies take place in July 11th. It's sort of a, I mean, it's 7-Eleven, so it's kind of important to the convenience store industry, but it's not a banner day of the year. So,
yeah, it is free slushy day.
It is free slushy day. I just feel like for most movies that take place in July, they just go for the 4th. That's the obvious.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah. So
yeah,
and obviously I know you're a July birthday too, so I kind of feel like us non 4th of July birthday people, we're underrepresented in the movies.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yes, maybe like averagely represented because how many movies take place April 22nd? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying I'm married to a woman whose birthday is December 31st.
Right.
So like the amount of movies that she gets on her birthday is redonkulous.
Yeah. Yeah. She even has movies named after her birthday.
Yeah, exactly. There's no movie called 7-Eleven, thank God. Actually, now I think about it, I'm glad there's not a movie called 7-Eleven. So, unless it's about the convenience store, not some like terrible event in American history. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to say about Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie?
I'm a little intrigued to watch the show. I don't know if I'd watch all like 2 seasons or how many seasons of it
Oh, they're short. They're like 12 minutes.
Okay. So I may just because I was so impressed by the craftsmanship and the creativity and the craziness I was seeing. There's even like a moment where they're running an extension cord from the top of the CN tower, right?
Okay.
Now there's no way they actually have an extension cord at the top of the CN tower, blocks away, but they film it so well that it actually you think like, well, where is this? If there's an extension cord in a bucket or in a wheelbarrow going somewhere. Must be going to the CN tower. At no point was I questioning the effect at all.
In the show, a lot of the episodes they'll pick like a director and it will be in the style of that director.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Or like a movie or whatever. Like they have a Indiana Jones episode, which is like sublime.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I do have some information for you.
Got it.
Here are 3 movies that take place on July 11th.
Okay, throw it at me.
Quo Vadis Ada from 2020.
Oh, great movie. Yep.
Unfolds almost entirely on July 11th, 1995.
Okay.
And it is about the Bosnian War.
Okay.
The movie or the stage production Hamilton.
Yes.
July 11th, 1804 is when the Burr-Hamilton duel took place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so that happened on your birthday.
Great.
And then a movie called Mumbai Mary John from 2008 is about a train bombing that happened on July 11th, 2006, which in India they refer to as 7/11.
Ooh. Okay. See, that was my fear right
Your joke
there.
became real. But yeah, those 3 movies take place primarily on your birthday. I believe this should be a birthday tradition of yours that for as long as you can, try to watch a 7/11 film.
Okay, so I have a Indian terrorist movie. It's about one of their terrible attacks. Great.
Yep.
I have, what was the first one? Quo
Vadis Ada, which is a 2020 Bosnian movie.
Okay. And then the second one?
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Yeah. Okay. So Hamilton I've seen. Yeah. So Hamilton I can just take off. All right. So I'm already 33% done with this list.
Yeah. Now these movies are highly regarded. So I think you'll have a good time.
Okay. I'm doing a quick search for July 23rd birthday movies and not a lot's coming up.
Okay.
So
yeah. So it looks like you were complaining for nothing.
I can tell movies that came out on July 23rd.
I'm less interested in that.
Okay, so I guess between you and me, I win this one. I'll take that. But, it's not a competition. So
yeah. Cool. Well, that was fun. I'm glad I got to knock off one of my 1,400 movies.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to I like to keep my watch list around 300.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, I feel like if I put a movie in my watch list and it sits there for a decade, I'm probably not going to watch it.
Possibly, yeah.
So I like at some point, like I would say every so often, especially if my watch list gets a little uppity and gets into like the 350s, I'm like watch list, like we're not doing this, and I'll just kind of go through it again, and I'll just be like, I don't really care about this movie, and I'll take it off the list.
Oh,
or
okay.
I'll be like, okay, this movie is set on here for so long, I haven't got to it yet, it's off the list. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, I kind of like if it doesn't bring me joy, I get rid of it.
For me, it does not matter how long it's been on the list.
Okay.
It is a collection of movies that at some point I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And then if I'm looking for a movie to watch and it fits the criteria of the moment, then it's a candidate. But if it's not on the list, how is it going to be a candidate?
That's a good point. You're just more like a Samuel Alito, your watch list is a dead document. It's just, once it's there, it's there.
No, it's a living document that is constantly growing and evolving.
But it's never shedding the old, though. It
has vestigial movies, yeah.
Exactly. You're just full of appendices and tails and sacks.
For sure, yes.
Yeah.
But you never know when those will co-evolve back into use.
Or give you appendicitis.
The movie Detroit from 2017 takes place in the early hours of July 23rd, 1967.
Okay. All right. A good day for Detroit.
Yeah. And Amy Winehouse died on July 23rd, 2011. And
So if you watch the Amy movie, you can
the
definitely
documentary about her.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a movie about her too.
Yeah. So that features prominently.
Okay.
So I guess only bad things happen on birthdays.
Yeah, I think that's what we learned here. Only bad things happen on birthdays.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Zach?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Thank you for listening to this episode. I forgot already. 737, the airplane of the Cinereelists. If you want to get in touch with us, send us an email. heyguys@cinereelists.com. We have a contest going on, Zach. Did you know about this?
We're going to be talking about this. This is his thing.
I know, but since James isn't here, we're not going to
If you do not want an M. Night Shyamalan t-shirt from the movie Signs, send me your reasoning, and I will pick one person to not receive an M. Night Shyamalan t-shirt.
Right.
From the movie Signs.
And, I might send someone a t-shirt of a sign. I've not decided yet. So, yes. All right. I know there's a whole outro that I never do. So I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to say send us an email. Follow the show. We're on Facebook. We're on Cinereelists. We are Cinereelists. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on...
I love watching you struggle.
Thank you. Well, I never do it, so it's fine. I always just hear James do it. We're on X. Follow us on X. I think we're on X. Probably. Blue Sky. We're definitely on Blue Sky. Are we on Blue Sky? Maybe that James is on Blue Sky.
I don't know how to use Blue Sky.
I don't.
I'm confused by Blue Sky.
What's confusing about Blue Sky? You
have to pick a server to be on.
Oh, why wouldn't so can you only see other posts on your server?
I'm not sure. I do not understand Blue Sky. I'm sorry.
Does that make us even more segregated if we're just picking the server we want? Be like, oh,
once you're on a server, you can't swap between servers. It's confusing to me.
Yeah, that doesn't seem. Maybe social media is just not a good thing. So you know what? Don't follow us. I don't want you to follow us on social media. I want you to listen and send us an email.
Follow Colin real life. His home addresses.
That's right. Yeah, you can. I have a Patreon. Just send me money to 79. So, next week, James should be back. We hope so.
Yeah. Are we doing Spider-Man?
We haven't even talked about it yet.
Okay.
Maybe. Do you want to do Spider-Man?
Yeah. I mean, if we can.
Okay.
I think that's the big movie.
Galen wants to see Spider-Man, and he has never seen a Spider-Man movie before.
Okay.
And I'm like, this really seems like a good place to start. You really should.
Are you going to pre-watch any Spider-Man?
We might. I mean, we might pre-watch. What's the previous one? No Way Home.
Okay.
He won't have the context of all the Spider-Mans. I don't think it's Spider-Man. I think it's Spider-Mans, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah, if multiple Spider-Man are Spider-Mans, right? He won't have the context.
It's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
No, it's Spider-Man.
It's Attorneys General. So it'd be Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man is like, oh, it is okay. Spider-Man. You're right. I like it. Okay. So he went on the context for oh, here's Tobey Maguire. Oh, here's Andrew Garfield.
No. Just start him on the Tom Holland ones.
That's all he needs. That's a lot to watch in a week.
Oh, sure.
So that's why we might just do No Way Home. So he's just gives a little bit of a taste of it. So
okay.
He also lives in a meme internet world. So I think half these things he's seen memes of or clips of, or the amount of media he already knows is astonishing to me at times. He's like, oh, I've seen that before. Oh, I've seen that meme. I'm like, yeah, it's a movie. So
that's funny.
Yeah. But you can also follow us on social media. Zach, where can we find you?
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Shoppin'.
Find me on Letterboxd at Peter SKB. Until next time, keep it cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.